Hey guys, welcome back. Another guitar. Pull this out. And this is, let me just get this adjusted a bit. This is the Fender Player 2 guitar that I gave an update on and a deal alert on a while back at Adorama. I was a sucker. I couldn't refrain from buying this one. It was just too good a deal. $549. Free shipping for a Fender made in Mexico Player Series 2. I had a Player Series 1, if you recall, the one in that surf pearl color, which I sold. And kind of regretted the fact, honestly, that I sold it. And this thing came up on a deal again. Couldn't refrain from buying it, and I bought it. So, what was the major difference between the Player 1 and the Player 2? Not much, really, to be honest. Rolled fret edges. That was the major difference on the guitar. And the tuners, being these, as you can see, vintage style split shaft tuners on the guitar. Vintage tuners. The other had the old, basic sealed back import tuners. These are an upgrade. But the real selling point was the rolled frets on this guitar, which are phenomenal. Really, really nice fretboard. I also like this Lake Placid blue. I'm a sucker for Lake Placid blue color. So let's talk about the guitar. Lake Placid blue, we went over already. Comes in 11 different colors, believe it or not, for the Player 2 Stratocaster guitar. You have an option now with the Player 2s for either a real rosewood as opposed to Indian laurel fretboard or maple. This came with maple. The strings on this guitar, it ships with 9s, just so you know. This guitar is normally, the map on this guitar is $839.99. I got it at Adorama for $549. So quick math, that's $291 off the price of the guitar, which is not too bad. It's about a 34.56% discount, a little over 34.5%, which is not a bad discount these days on a brand new guitar. Alder body has a gloss finish to it, a gloss polyurethane finish. Maple fretboard, 9.5-inch radius, has 22 medium jumbo frets on this guitar. They're not stainless steel, they are nickel frets. Plastic nut. I don't know why they don't just put a bone nut on these guitars, but comes with a plastic nut. Player Series pickups, 3 single coils. They're Alnico 5 pickups on this guitar. I mentioned these tuners. They are an upgrade over the Player 1. These are classic gear tuners, they're called. And they are better, more stable tuners than on the first version, the Player 1 series. Aged white knobs on the guitar. 2-point modern trem with bent steel saddles on the guitar, on the bridge, as you can see. Nice light weight on this one. I would say this guitar, I didn't weigh it yet, but I would say this guitar weighs a little over 7 pounds, maybe 7.5 pounds. It's nice and light. It's alder, as I mentioned. Now, so what is new on the classic, on the Stratocaster Player Series Stratocaster 2s versus the old Player Series? And I mentioned it. You get the classic vintage style tuners. You get the rolled fretboard edges, and that's it pretty much. That's really it. The tuners on this guitar are the same tuners that the American Performer Series have, so they're pretty good tuners on the guitar. On the back of the headstock, instead of Made in Mexico, it now says Made in Ensenada, which is interesting. Now, this guitar, the Player Series 2, right? The newer version, which came out about a year ago, also came out with a Player Series 2 modified. You might see that guitar. And if you want to know, well, what the hell's the difference now with this modified Player Series 2 Strat versus the regular Player Series 2 that I'm holding, there's an upsell in price, right? So this guitar is $839.99. That guitar now goes for $1,049.99. So it's $210 more than this. What are you getting? Well, you're getting a push-pull on the tone, the second tone knob, right? A push-pull on the second tone knob, which will give you more pickup combinations. You can now add the neck pickup to various combinations on the guitar. The master volume has a treble bleed on it now that you can adjust with the first tone knob. The nut is a tusk nut on that guitar. They have now Fender noiseless pickups versus these standard Player Series Alnico 5s. So you're getting an upgrade on the pickups. The 2-point trem has block saddles as opposed to bent saddles. And you get locking tuners, deluxe seal locking tuners on the modified. So locking tuners, a tusk nut, noiseless pickups, a treble bleed capability, and this push-pull on the second tone knob to give you additional pickup combinations. That's it. To me, it's not worth $1,049. I'd rather just stick with the regular Player Series 2 Strat for what I need it for, being an at-home novice player. It's fine for me. These pickups, by the way, are fine for what I need them for. They sound very good. What else? I'm trying to think if I missed anything. No gig bag, no accessories. Simply comes with the tremolo bar and the tools, the Allen wrenches for the guitar. That's it. Nothing. No bling. So yeah, that's the Fender Player Series 2 Stratocaster. And I'm telling you right now, this deal, if you see it ever come up at Adorama for this price, it's a winner as far as I'm concerned. Guys, I hope you like these videos. The neck on this thing, by the way, is the same as the Player Series 1. It's a nice thin C neck, satin finish on the back. Very nice. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you like these videos, please subscribe and share the video. And until the next one, be well. See you soon. Take care.